And I mean, depending on like who's available. So like when like I'm not gonna say I don't know. Maybe I'll say it, and then maybe we can say it. I don't know. Anyway.
All right, we're recording now.
Hi. No, that was weird. Um, but too late. Can't go back on it now. Hi, welcome to another episode of the group chat with your hosts, Dave and Stefan. I feel like I sound so polite.
Well,
Like this is
that's
like
good. You want to sound inviting?
like
You
the
know?
book club or something like that. Right
Welcome.
to the girls' room. Um,
So to catch you
so
guys up to speed, what are we debating,
we
discussing?
we had an episode planned out, but like ne- neither of I can't speak for both of us, but neither of us had had much. It was Pluto versus Snoopy, and in hindsight, I mean, I love you, man, but like that's fucking dumb.
Snoopy all day.
But
You
this
also
week,
picked that.
yeah, that's true.
You picked that.
Trying to throw you under the bus, like, thanks. Now I know who's got my back. No, so in kind of changing course, off camera, we were talking, and with the news going around about the whole live action Spider Verse. That's what we're talking about. We are rehashing old arguments. We are reopening old wounds and trying to figure out once and for all. I feel like it will never truly be settled. Who is the best Spider-Man? Is it Toby? Is it Andrew Garfield? Is it Tom Holland? I don't know. Would it be cool to see them all in a movie together? Yes. I expect one giant sex scene
In a web.
in a web.
And then Venom comes, and that's the end.
And yeah, so I am a very big I am a Tobey Maguire supporter. Stefan is an Andrew Garfield supporter. We agree that Tom Holland's a good Spider-Man, right?
I think he's pretty good.
I like him as Spider-Man. The newer movies I really enjoyed a lot. I don't. Do you have any like criticisms of them or anything? Like, would you change anything?
Oh, I don't get like I enjoyed Homecoming. I loved Homecoming. I thought that was a really well done story and definitely opens up possibilities. I think like the second movie, Far From Home, opens up the scope of things. Did I think
Sinister Six though?
Yeah, like that would have been. Bless you,
You
Sam.
sounds just so unfazed.
Well, it's like I don't know. I didn't really think like the Mysterio using the fake hologram elementals. Like that wasn't necessarily for me. There were good aspects. I would have personally liked to see him fight Vulture, or Kraven the Hunter, or Scorpion.
Okay, but he fought Vulture.
Oh, that's right. That's stupid. That sounds so dumb now. Well, okay. Let me try and save myself, which is not going to be able to do. But I would have liked to see Michael Keaton come back, which I think he is ultimately going to come back at some point. But I would have liked to see Scorpion, like Rhino, Doctor Octopus.
Yo, you gotta
these things.
It's world building. It's just like like Star Wars, I guess.
That's such a bad thing now because Disney took that and like.
I don't know. I still have the original trilogy. I don't watch it. I just kind of keep it for sentimental purposes. But I thought it was really good. I thought it was really, really good. I do. I kind of disagree. I know you have a thing for Keaton because Batman. So I think that could be influencing you just a little bit.
Let me just say it took Batman to make Spider-Man cool again. I'm just gonna say that out there.
I'm not saying either one is. I'm not saying one is better than the other.
Oh, I'm saying it took Michael Keaton as a villain to make Spider-Man cool again.
Spider-Man was already cool.
Nah. You needed
That's
that elevated
opinion.
status.
No,
Michael
your
Keaton
opinion.
helped make that as good as it was. He's the best villain the MCU could dish out.
Thanos?
Nah. I would say like Killmonger.
I was just gonna say Killmonger.
Michael Keaton as Vulture and Thanos.
Red Skull.
Yeah, no.
The dude from Thor Ragnarok. Oh, what's his name? Fucking Carl Urban.
Carl Urban wasn't the bad guy.
He was one of them. Like
he changed tune. Scourge.
No, I know. Yeah, no. You remember he was like, yeah, I'm busy. I don't remember the movie, but he was.
I don't remember the movie.
No, I don't. He was like, whatever her name, Kate Winslet.
Hela.
Who the fuck was Ella? Yeah. What was the actress's name?
It's Kate. It's Kate. Not Winslet. Kate Blanchett plays Thor's evil sister. But
he was like, in order to not be killed, I'm with you now. You know, Carl Urban.
You're right. I got you. Carl Urban's in it, but he's not like the heavy. He's not the bad guy.
No, but he's what. I'm making a joke. I feel like it's definitely going over your head.
Nothing goes over my head. I'd catch it.
Okay. But anyway, I guess back to the point. I don't even know if Tobey Maguire's better Spider-Man.
Tobey, he's not the better Spider-Man. He's like a 30-something-year-old dude playing a high school kid, which I get is how they used to do things and probably still sometimes do things based on how baby-faced actors are. But, like, for the time period, I think he was as good as they could have got with that trilogy of films. But obviously the change in culture has seen like nerdom become at its peak, you know. So Andrew Garfield is therefore a true Spider-Man for our generation.
Andrew Garfield was a pretty boy trying to play a nerd, and the first movie it was all right. It was good, you know, like it was fine, you know. Dennis Leary doing this thing, you know, with Andy. Just naming actors.
No, he did a good job. Rhys Ifan was great as Dr. Kirk Connors. But like,
yeah, but
Pretty Boy, they're all like, kind of like the same look.
No, they're not. Like, yeah, okay. Are they all like white dudes? Yes, they're all like white dudes. Yes,
they're all handsome white guys, man.
But to me, like my biggest problem with the reboot was the second reboot was that I said it. He is a pretty boy. I feel like they made him like cool. Like, I'm Peter Parker. Take what I'm going to say with a grain of salt because it's part of the joke. I'm there just in the nick of time when things get rough or whatever, like in high school or whatever, to stop. You know, he wasn't there in the nick of time for someone else. But
ooh. That's a heartbreaking scene, man.
But yeah, that's why I won't watch that movie. Actually, you know, I did look it up on YouTube because I'm like, you know, I can't like avoid it forever. And I was like, but no, to me, they made him like cool, like, I'm Peter, I'm good at, I don't know. They just made him cool. They took away like the nerdy kind of awkward aspect, which I feel like Tom Holland and 30-year-old Maguire like kind of
30-year-old Maguire. If you're 30 in high school, there's a problem, man.
Yeah, right. No, he that came naturally because he was a 30-year-old trying to act like
But okay, like going what you're saying, I feel like you're judging him being Peter based off. Well, in the end, I guess some of it's both of us. But like you're judging Andrew Garfield like, oh, you're handsome playing Peter Parker, and it's like Peter Parker is not a handsome, cool nerd. Well, maybe they should stop casting handsome dudes to play Spider-Man.
Quasimodo, you're Spider-Man.
Yeah, like go find some like dude who is like the quote unquote what people imagine nerds to look like. You know what I mean? But like I think, his awkwardness around women, right? Like when he was flirting with Gwen, I thought that was perfect, and it captured how a lot of high school interaction goes.
Which film are we talking about? The first
one, right? Where he's like, "Oh, well, I gotta." And
I don't
she's like,
remember, but I want to kind of say I slightly disagree.
Are you kidding me? You and I have tons of awkward interactions with trying to attempt to talk to girls, even if we're dating them. So, like, I feel like we could relate to the foot and mouth syndrome that he was spewing.
I mean, I guess, but...
Oh, I'm Dave. I'm so cool. I'm here than the good time.
I mean, thank you. I am. But, I don't know. I guess I just maintain that, I don't know, to me, Tom Holland kind of nails that whole. I can't say prepubescent because he's in high school, but nails that whole awkwardish teenager juggling, all the responsibility and whatnot. I'm not saying that I didn't like the film. I'm not saying that that the reboot was bad. It's just not for me. It's just not. I just don't like Andrew Garfield. I just to pick too handsome of a fella to play Spider-Man, and to me, it didn't connect. It didn't. I didn't feel that connection that I kind of felt with Tobey Maguire or with Tom Holland. So that's what it is.
All right, man. Well, I see your point.
You're wrong.
I feel like that's just how these conversations are going to go. I mean, I think, don't get me wrong, I think Tobey Maguire did a good job when he was Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a movie that our mom took me and Sam to see on her birthday when we were younger. So,
that's nice.
Like, it has sentimental to it. I really like the second one out of the Sam Raimi trilogy. I think it was really wonderfully shot.
Man, like, agreed, dude. Side note, if you ever get a PS4, which you should, because they're probably gonna be going down in price soon since the PS5 is coming out. Actually, I can lend you my copy of Marvel Spider-Man. And on a different note, I'm gonna put a pin in the thought that I just had, but Spider-Man 2 you mentioned with Doc Ock. I will lend you my copy of Spider-Man 4 once you finally get a PS4, because it is a beautiful story. It's great. And anyway,
I appreciate that, but I'm not going to buy a PS4.
They're going to go down in price.
It just doesn't make sense to buy one. They're making, well, one, I don't want one. Two, it doesn't make sense because they're constantly like, oh, PS5, there'll be a PS6. Eventually there'll be
the PS5
a P20.
Came out.
There'll be a P20. And then it'll be like, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It was like, it's just like a 5 to 6 year cycle. So you're gonna and
I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to buy something.
It's a great game.
That's going to go
it's really good,
out of style, out of
it's not going out of
the
style.
main focus will now be on PS5. So it doesn't make sense to oh, hey, I have X amount of money. I can buy a PS4 or save more money and buy the new thing. I'm not going to waste the money to buy something that they're ushering.
Money.
Dave,
not, okay.
Are you going to buy a PS5?
At some point, yeah.
Okay, there you go. So are you gonna keep buying like PS4 stuff, or are you gonna save up for a PS5?
I haven't bought PS4 stuff in a while because because I already have my core games that I want, that I've that I got for the system. I got a PS4. No, I got. Why the fuck did I get it? Honestly, I can't remember why I actually got a PS4. Like the specific game to play. I think it may have been God of War, which is also another fantastic game. Like, hold on. Like, you ever see a movie so good that you're just, or like a TV show or something like that, a piece of cinema art, whatever, and it leaves you like thinking about it like a day, 3 days, like a week later. You're thinking about the story or just like some scene, and you're just like, damn.
Absolutely. Amazing Spider-Man 2. When he shoots the web to save Gwen Stacy. Haunts me. The music is also beautiful. But I know what you mean.
God of War and Marvel Spider-Man for PS4, that I'm not going to compare those games to that scene because that's a very emotional, very heavy scene. But those, same sort of feeling. So, like, if you're looking for something like that, there you go.
So, PS4, pick up God of War and Marvel Spider-Man. It's worth your time.
Yep.
Or save your money, just buy a PS5.
Or that too. But going back to the point, that the thing that I remembered, did you see online people were like, and I was one of them, to get upset that the PS5 version of Marvel Spider-Man, they upgraded the graphics, but they changed Peter Parker's face. Did you see that?
No.
Okay. Yeah. I think it. The motion capture is better or whatever, so that's why they said that they had to change it. But personally, I mean, I could, if I was to play the game on PS5, which I'm not, because like I already played the game, I already have it on my PS4. I could get used to it, but to me, just, I don't know, like the game was so spectacular, Spider-Man. I feel like you don't get the reference.
I get it. It's a reference to the comic books. Yeah, there is a spectacular.
Yeah, you're like you're not funny, so shut the fuck up and finish your point.
Yeah, no. But, I appreciate the comic reference.
But yeah, they changed the face, and long story short, they changed the face, and I don't like it. And a bunch of people on the internet don't like it either. But,
you know who they would like? Andrew Garfield's face.
I don't know. They did include the costume, I think. Excuse me. They included the Rami costume. They included the Far From Home costume, the Iron Spider from the Avengers, and I believe I say a lot. And they added, I think, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Or no, 1 costume. And 2. It is.
I do wonder though. Like, I'd think it's great. I think a lot of people are very happy that they're making those two things canon with the multiverse idea. I wonder if this.
What are you talking about?
So by bringing in Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, and Spider-Man Andrew Garfield, and they're doing the multiverse in Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is appearing in the third Spider-Man movie, which I'm guessing is coming after Doctor Strange 2, titled Multiverse of Madness, right? It'll probably have some residual effects that seep into the other movies, right? So I'm wondering if this is just a one-off type deal, or like, are we gonna get to see Tobey be Spider-Man in something with just Tobey? Or will we see Andrew be Spider-Man with something that's just Andrew?
I doubt that. I think it probably would be like a one-off kind of thing. Like, how Marvel got a hold of Spider-Man for like 5 minutes, from the Avengers films, and then they're like, "Hey, we'll give you another like 16 seconds with him for these films or whatever." But then they had the whole deal with the standalone films. But I don't think it would be anything like, oh, there's another Toby movie or there's another Garfield movie. I don't think it'd be anything like that. But what do I know? I'm just a guy in a room talking.
Yeah, well, but just like because Sony, they got Morbius. Yeah, Morbius is coming out. They had
Morphine.
Jared Leto as a vampire. That guy. They got that guy. They got Venom. So I'm wondering because eventually the rights are going to go back to Sony. So Sony already made 2 with Andrew Garfield, and 3 with. Wait, did they make the one with? Oh no!
I think they split it. I think they split. Either Sony got Marvel got to produce the movies, I think, but then Sony got the merchandising rights.
No, because after they only have them for I think a trilogy. Like Tom Holland is under contract. I know with Marvel for a couple, maybe 1 or 2 more films, but then afterwards he's going over into Sony's like Spider-Man centric universe. Like, eventually Tom Hardy's Venom and Carnage are going to fight his Peter Parker. Like Michael Keaton's in the Morbius movie, which is a Sony film. So, if they're bringing these guys back into the fold, I'm wondering if in the Sony Spider-Man, like, canon or universe, they will then bring back these versions of Peter Parker again.
I don't know. I don't see why they would. Well, okay, no, actually, like you said, the whole multiverse thing. So, who knows? Anything goes. Anything goes in the world of comics. Wolverine's died how many times?
All the times, man.
So yeah, anything goes. Man, like, speaking of X-Men, dude, how disappointing was like the last 2 to 3 movies, honestly. Like, I didn't even see Dark Phoenix. The trailer looked really good, and then I just heard it was terrible, and I don't know, my interest in that franchise, it's just gone so downhill.
So I own Dark Phoenix, and I heard a lot of the same stuff you're saying about, and like it wasn't like horribly bad. You know what I mean? Like if you're comparing it to like the worst comic book films, like I'd say Catwoman, garbage. I would say
what? That is like a platinum film.
Fantastic Four 2, garbage. Like
wait, Fantastic Four 2, the one with Galactus, or the reboot?
No, well, both. The one with Galactus and the reboot.
Okay, which one's worse?
The reboot. The reboot. So like those 3 movies are straight garbage. It's not
the first Fantastic Four was tight.
It was tight. Doctor Doom was a badass. Really,
yeah, man.
I want more Doctor Doom.
Dude, Doctor Doom is fucking dope.
I rooted for him in the movie.
You would.
But my point being, where it's like, I don't think Dark Phoenix deserved the amount of hate that it received. I think Simon Kinberg did a good job directing it. I think he was trying to give it a nice send-off. I don't think Bryan Singer helped much with, like, Apocalypse, which also I didn't think was bad, but all the, like, controversy.
I think we saw that. That was not... I didn't like it.
That's fair.
I wanted to like it so much more than I really wanted to like it. Okay, because did you ever play the X-Men Legends games?
No.
Okay, I think that's kind of where my head was, because I played the second one, X-Men Legends 2: Rise of Apocalypse, and like Apocalypse is he's badass, Like, how can you not be cool with a name like Apocalypse? Like, just some skinny ass, like I've never seen Legion, but like a Legion looking motherfucker, I'm Apocalypse, But like, I don't know. It just was not a good movie. But the first one, First Class, phenomenal. Like
Well,
Kevin Bacon, you know?
I feel like if Matthew Vaughn stayed with the trilogy, right? Like if they let him make it, or if he stayed, however.
Oh, he was the one who made the first one?
Yeah, he's the same guy who made the Kingsman. Like he is a really good director.
Oh, I need to watch those.
Not that Bryan Singer. No, Bryan Singer sucks. Fuck Bryan Singer. His only good movie is The Usual Suspects, and maybe X-Men 1. But my point is, it seemed like they had too many pots on the stove with
too
who's
many
going
cooks
to
in
make
the kitchen.
Exactly, who's going to make what, and it wasn't as organized, But if you put it up against like other Marvel films, right? I would say Apocalypse was better than Thor 2. I would say it's better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. I would say,
even though you were like, don't.
It's better than like Thor 1 and 2. I would even say Dark Phoenix is better than Thor 1 and 2 and Ant-Man and the Wasp. But like,
right.
Was it the clincher it should have been, like, to close out the series? No. And I heard New Mutants wasn't even that good either.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot they released that, and I don't care about that. But, but yeah, I forgot that they did that whole thing.
But I think what's cool is they're taking risks with material, and it'll be weird though, because like now that Marvel, right, owns the rights to these characters, like how are they going to come
Introduce
about
them.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something the other day that was talking about, we've totally gone off topic, but whatever. Was talking about the trailer for WandaVision with Wanda and Vision and whatever, and they're basing it off of Other M, which was a comic series back in like 2005, 2006. If we have any listeners at all, correct me if I'm wrong and send me your angry hate mail in the YouTube comments or wherever. And that's where Scarlet Witch was wished for like no more mutants or something like that, or for everything to, I don't know, just be happy or whatever. And like Magneto wins the battle between Charles, the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants. But they said there could be a possibility where in the show or somewhere in that series, whatever, WandaVision, where she introduces mutants to the MCU, possibly. So, I don't know. They got all sorts of stuff cooking up over there.
Well, that would make sense, though, because Scarlet Witch, I know when they decided to add her to the Avengers, they weren't allowed legally to use the term mutant.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Fox retained, like, you can use that character, but you can't say mutant because that's our shtick.
That's so interesting. Like, imagine you're on set, like, oh, there's me. Oh shit, there's like them. I don't know. It's interesting. Movies, huh? Studios, clauses, legality.
Mm-hmm. The big stuff. But you're right. It'll be interesting to see. I'm interested in seeing how all these Peter Parkers play amongst each other. I really liked Into the Spider-Verse.
Still haven't seen it. It's on my list, but I've heard it's really, really good.
It is. And if it's anything like that, go ahead. Sorry.
No, what were you saying?
I was just like, if it's anything like that movie, then they'll do a good job. But I definitely think at some point they have to bring live action Miles Morales to the big screen.
They're making so for PS5 they're doing Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. It's a reason to pick up a PS5, bro. But yeah, I heard Into the Spider-Verse was like, people are saying it's probably like the best Spider-Man film, better than Spider-Man 2.
It won an Oscar.
Yes, it did.
So, you're right.
Anyway,
it is up there.
I still stand by my statement that Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield, the movie was good. I will admit that it was good. It was fine. Well, which was it? Is it good or is it fine?
They're synonyms. You're all right.
He's just a pretty boy. And Tom Holland, it goes. It's hard. It's hard because I really like the Tom Holland movies. Excuse me. But I really love the Tobey ones because those were like Spider-Man's like my guy, and as a kid seeing that on the big screen first time, so it's like, boom, sentimental, whatever. But yeah, Tobey and Holland,
I feel like Tom Holland is just as much of a pretty boy as you're saying Andrew Garfield is.
He nails the nerdiness. He nails the nerdiness.
I feel like he tries too hard.
I feel like you're saying that to come up with things purposefully to disagree with me.
No, I feel like he tries too hard, all right? Where most of his plans stem from 80s movie knowledge, which I think is cool. I also think it's like, okay, you're really trying to make this kid like a nerd, right? Whereas Andrew Garfield, I feel like just went in there and was Andrew Garfield and was like genuine as he was. You know what I mean? Tobey Maguire, not bad. It was the first time you ever saw Spider-Man on the big screen, so it's like a huge to-do. It's real hard to stack up against like what's already been done. You know what I mean? Or it's like, who's a character everybody loves?
Batman?
Well, I mean, they've done that plenty of times. Yeah, unfortunately, plenty of times. Oh, okay. For instance, when they're talking about recasting James Bond, right? A lot of people compare it to Sean Connery. There's a lot of people who shouldn't be James Bond, and there's plenty of people who should be James Bond, right? Tobey Maguire's the first one, so everyone's obviously, they're going to be compared to him, just like every James Bond is going to be compared to Sean Connery. Just like most, if we're talking Batmans, will probably be compared to Keaton or Bale.
Wait, no, when you say James Bond, I think of Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Pierce, what's his name?
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan. But then again, that goes for the James Bond for the time, right? So your time was Pierce Brosnan. A lot of people's Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire. I'm simply
who was your Bond? What year were you born? Are you secretly 50?
No, but when I was introduced to the film, it was Sean Connery.
No, I know. Again, another joke.
Like Tobey Maguire, who I saw, but to me he was just an adult on the screen acting. When I saw Andrew Garfield, it was like, oh, here's a kid in high school who understands some of the similarities of what going through high school is.
See, and to me, that's what I get when I watch the Tom Holland films rather than the Andrew Garfield films.
I got you. Which I think is good. I think that's good that they grounded him more in high school in these new ones, not as like a senior graduating or getting to the point. I think they need to see Peter Parker in high school more before he like goes off to college, right? We didn't see a lot of high school Peter Parker with Tobey Maguire. We only got like really a year or so, or at the tail end of a year with Andrew Garfield, and now with Tom Holland, you've got like, I don't know, maybe 2
He's
or 3
in high
years.
school,
He's
man.
in high school, right? He's like maybe a sophomore or a junior.
Yeah, something like that.
Which is cool. I like that whole Harry Potter idea. Each movie is a year of his, high school year, but beginnings of his superhero. So down the road, theoretically, he could play this character well until he's older because the comics follow him. You know what I mean? So I think they finally nailed the equation down for Tom Holland. So I think he will surpass both Garfield and Maguire, but I think Tobey did the best he could for his time period. I think
agreed.
Andrew Garfield, brought Spider-Man to a new age of people. I think, like you said, not necessarily an argument, more of a discussion, but I think it's however the performance connects to you that makes Spider-Man stand out. So I think all in all, the three of them have done a solid job. However, the argument is who reigns supreme, and I feel like that'll always be an ongoing strife
till the end of time.
Who's your Batman?
I was telling Kelsey this the other day. We were in Target, and excuse me. Kevin Conroy.
Good choice. Excellent.
Kevin Conroy's my Batman. I know you have the whole animated series, but it's like segmented or whatever. There was like all in one. It was a pack of the whole animated series. It may have been the animated series and then the new animated series, but I could totally be wrong. But I told her, I'm like, this is Batman. Fuck everybody else. I don't know if I said that, but no. So yeah, Sean Connery. No, wow. Yeah, it's over, Joker. No, Kevin Conroy is my Batman, and believe it or not, I saw it when I was a kid, but I'm not embarrassed. George Clooney is my Batman too, bat nipples and all. It's a good movie. It's not at all, but it's yeah. I know yours is Keaton.
No, I love Keaton, but I like George Clooney. That was the first time I saw Batman, was the George Clooney Batman and Robin. You said.
Is yours Val Kilmer?
No, don't get me wrong. I think that's a good one, but no, I don't like Val Kilmer. I would say if there's a hierarchy, I would go Keaton, Bale, Conroy, then Batfleck. No. Then Clooney, then Batfleck, then Kilmer.
Ben Affleck is no one's Batman. Ben Affleck is a good actor. I'm sure he's a nice guy. But I'm sorry. I just can't. No. Just no. I'm sorry. Ben Affleck, if you ever stumble across this, which I'm sure you probably won't, but you're a great actor. But it just, I can't even say that I disagree because it's already happened and they've already moved on. But I don't agree with your choice to sign on for those films. So that's that. Anyway,
Matt Damon would have been better.
No. Yeah, no, God, no, hell no. Mark Wahlberg.
God. Who's just a cheaper version of Matt Damon.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Joker, what do you mean?
I gotta get the Funky Bunch.
Yeah. But yeah. So. All right.
This is the pause. All right, so this is something I think will be continued, maybe.
Yeah. No, we'll see what's going on. Possibly a part one to this is part one. Be on the lookout for part two.